So to solve the problem, we need to first balance it. So we need a coefficient of 2 on the nitrogen and 3 on the oxygen. And so in that way we can produce 2-dinitrogen trioxide. What's next is what unit is asked in the problem. The unit asked in the problem is the ml of dinitrogen trioxide produced. And what is given is the 70 ml, 0.0 ml of nitrogen and 45 ml of oxygen. So now that we have the given, we need to go back to the balance equation to do our unit factors of the following reactants. So we have 2 nitrogen, 2 ml of nitrogen, I'm sorry. Over 2 moles of dinitrogen trioxide, or you can just flip it, and 203 over 2 ml of nitrogen. For the oxygen, we have 45 ml. Since we have a coefficient of 3 in the oxygen, we just have to 3 ml of oxygen over 2 N2O3, or 2 N2O3 over 3 ml of oxygen. Now we choose which mole ratio will cancel the reactants that will leave us with the product. So in this case, we choose the second mole ratio. And now we go with our solution. First, we find the amount of product produced by the first reactant, which is the nitrogen. So we have 70.0 ml of nitrogen times 2 dinitrogen trioxide over 2 ml of nitrogen. So we cancel the ml of nitrogen, leaving as the product. We have 70 multiplied by 2 is 140, divided by 2 is still 70 ml of dinitrogen trioxide. Now we go with the second reactant, which is the oxygen, and we have 45.0 ml of oxygen times 2 dinitrogen trioxide over 3 ml of oxygen. So we cancel the ml of oxygen, leaving us with the product. So we have 45 multiplied by 2. So it's 30 ml of dinitrogen trioxide. Now we compare the amount of product produced by the two reactants. On the first reactant, which is the nitrogen, it can produce 70 ml of dinitrogen trioxide, while on the second reactant, which is the oxygen, it only produces 30 ml of dinitrogen trioxide. So therefore, the limiting reactant in this problem is the oxygen, which is limited to 30 ml of dinitrogen trioxide. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Jessica and I'm going to be doing problem number 73. And the problem gives us 50 liters of hydrochloride gas and 10 liters of oxygen gas, and they want to find out how many liters of chlorine gas that makes. So first of all, we're going to balance out this equation because it's unbalanced right now. So that would mean we have 4 here, 2 here, and 2 here. And then after we balance the equation out, what we're going to do is we're going to start with the 50 liters. So we're going to take 50 and we're going to turn that into moles, and we're going to do that by using the conversion factor, which would be 22.4 liters HCl over 1 mole. And by doing this, liter and HCl cancel out. And then after doing that, we're going to convert it again. So we're going to use another conversion factor that would use the volume ratio. So that would be 4 HCl over 2. And then again, after we do that, because we're still in moles, we're going to go back to liters because that's what they're asking for. So we're going to use the same exact conversion factor we did here, except we're going to flip it. So that would be 22.4 liters over 1 mole, because we want to find out chlorine, so it's going to be chlorine instead of the HCl. So after doing that, the mole and mole cancel, and then chlorine and chlorine will cancel out, and we're left with, after doing 50 divided by 22.4 times 2 divided by 4 times 22.4, we're left with 25 liters of CL. And then after that, we're going to go back to the problem and we're going to start with the 10 so we can find out which one is the limiting. So we're going to do the exact same thing, except we're going to start with 10 liters of oxygen. And we're going to use the same conversion factor here, except it's going to be oxygen instead of hydrochloride. And then we're going to use the volume ratio again. So that would be 2 CL, that's here, mole, over 1. And then we're going to go back to liters again and use the same thing here. So it'd be 22.4 liters over 1 mole. And then from here we're just going to cancel everything out. So O2 cancel, liters O2 cancel, O2 mole cancel, and then CL mole cancel. And after we do this, and we do the 10 divided by 22.4 times 2 times 22.4, we're left with 20 liters of CL. So after doing this, we find out that the oxygen is the limiting reagent because it produces the least, which leaves us with our final answer of 20.